Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto Podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Apple, Spotify, or Google, please leave a 5-star rating. This content is brought to you by Uphold, which is a great crypto exchange where you can buy, sell, trade, and earn cryptocurrencies. I've been using this platform since 2017. If you'd like to learn more, please visit the link in the description. All right, guys, we got big news around Digital Currency Group, and it's not good news. So the DOJ and the SEC are investigating Digital Currency Group and all their respective companies. They're going to be reviewing money flows between the different companies. Now, many of you know Digital Currency Group is founded and owned by Barry Silbert. And Digital Currency Group owns a variety of different crypto companies, such as CoinDesk, such as Grayscale, Genesis Trading, so on and so forth. And they've been under a lot of scrutiny lately because of Genesis Trading, which has been having a lot of problems. Just this past week, Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, the Winklevoss twins who founded Gemini Exchange, tweeted at Barry Silbert an open letter just asking him, hey, where is the $900 million that's on Genesis Trading that belongs to Gemini earned customers? So this is a bad situation. And Genesis Trading has been looking for a bailout. They've been looking for over $1 billion. So they are underwater. It's a bad situation all around. And just this week, they also announced they're laying off 30% of their workforce. So the hits keep coming for Digital Currency Group here. And as I've been stating over the past few weeks, this is a potential collapse that is in the works here, and it could send the price of Bitcoin down to $10,000. I don't want that to happen. I don't want Digital Currency Group to collapse, and I don't want the prices to go lower. But as an investor, I need to look at the facts, not my feelings. And once again, the facts are they're laying off people. They're near $1 billion underwater. And now they're being investigated by the DOJ and the SEC. So let me give you the details being reported by Bloomberg here. DOJ and SEC have opened active investigations probing DCG over intercompany loans and money transfers. U.S. authorities are digging into internal financial dealings of Barry Silbert's expansive crypto empire. According to people familiar with the matter, federal prosecutors in Brooklyn are scrutinizing transfers between DCG and an embattled subsidiary that offers crypto lending services, said the people who asked not to be named because the probe hasn't been made public. They're also delving into what investors were told about transactions. Prosecutors have started requesting interviews and documents. One of the people said the Securities and Exchange Commission is also conducting an investigation. So, guys, not good all around. Once again, the hits keep coming, and there is a potential for this entire company, DCG, the parent company, to collapse and everything under it. I hope that doesn't happen. Once again, I don't want the prices to go lower, but this is a scenario that could play out over the few weeks. And I'm hoping that there is a deadline of tomorrow, January 8th, where Digital Currency Group and specifically Genesis Trading has to meet that deadline for getting the money over back to Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss and their exchange by the name of Gemini. So let's hope things go according to plan, my friends. Now, I tweeted out to Barry Silbert today. I said, if I was Barry Silbert, I would be calling up Larry Fink at BlackRock to make them take over DCG, or to have them take over DCG and migrate GBTC, which is a Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, to the BlackRock Bitcoin Spot Trust. Now, as you all know, in the bear market of last year, August 2022, BlackRock launched a Bitcoin Spot Trust for their institutional clients. So that alone tells you where this technology and this asset class is going, right? You got the world's largest wealth manager dabbling in this, and they had to also partner with Coinbase as well. But it would be, I think, wise for Barry to look to get someone to buy this whole thing over, because it's not, once again, the hits keep coming. They're not in a great position, and I think they're on the brink of collapse. Let's hope not. Let's hope they don't have to liquidate the Bitcoin they hold. They hold a significant amount of Bitcoin in the trust, and let's hope they don't have to liquidate any of that. Fingers crossed, guys. Once again, I don't want this to happen, but you need to know this is a possibility. Now, let's move ahead. We got reports here that Binance is under investigation. Now, I'm not too concerned about Binance. I know some people are. I think Binance has gone through the eye of the storm for a lot of different regulators. I think they went through a lot globally. Regulators were coming from every country, it seems like, against Binance, but they hired some government people. They've gotten some of their licenses. They've gotten a lot of their books in order. So I don't necessarily think they're going to be in any trouble, but the U.S. Attorney's Office is sending subpoenas to investment firms asking for records of communications with Binance, looking for dirt to indict CZ with. This is being reported by the Washington Post here. And look, we'll see what comes out of this. It's a federal probe, of course, but I think overall Binance is okay. And they're not obviously a headquarters in the United States. They're a global crypto exchange. They're international. So, and then the subsidiary that they have operating in the US is called Binance US, but that's under a DBA, doing business as, I think it's BAM Trading Services, or a company that executes the actual trades, and they use Binance US as the DBA there. So I'm not too worried about Binance, but look, after this FTX collapse, everybody's getting audited and reviewed and probed at this point. So we'll see what comes out of this. Now, we got some interesting news. The Prince Philip of Serbia confirms he's working on Serbia buying Bitcoin. So this is interesting development here. And I do think that other countries will follow El Salvador's model and make Bitcoin a legal tender. It won't happen overnight. I think we may see one or two this year, and in the coming years, more for sure, especially in Latin America. But this is interesting news out of Serbia here. We'll see if it actually pans out, of course. Now, Brian Brooks, I'm not going to read through this entire thing, but on the news this past week, I shared news of the OCC, the FDIC, and the Federal Reserve, all essentially coming out in a joint statement saying there are risks with crypto assets and so forth. And many of you may recall Brian Brooks was at the OCC. He helped greenlight the ability for banks to hold crypto. Well, he, responded on Twitter after people were asking for his thoughts. What do you think about this recent letter? And he rightfully outlined that crypto in itself is not a risk to the banking system. And in the traditional markets, there's more risk, right? Just look at what happened in 2008. That wasn't crypto, right? These banks gambled with mortgage securities and all types of crazy financial products and crashed the whole industry and the economy. And he highlighted, again, some of that is happening again, not the same scenario. He talked about credit, debt, and so forth. So crypto itself is not inherently risky. It's just you do have to put the guardrails in place and do the right things. But he's essentially saying, like, they're having a selective view here or bias to crypto when it's like, are you seeing what's happening in the economy right now? Are you seeing the risk that the traditional financial products and assets present to the current banking system? So once again, you can go read through that tweet thread. It's very long, so I'm not going to read through that whole thing. Here, a Binance CEO, CZ, he tweeted out something about brands adopting NFTs. Yesterday we talked about the Polygon MasterCard partnership and how big that was. CZ highlighted here the data from Masari. He said 43 out of 100 top global brands has already tippy-toed into Web3 in loyalty and NFTs, slowly but surely. So once again, guys, despite me starting with some very negative news with DCG and so forth, short term, it's going to be painful, as we've been talking about, max pain, right? But long term, I am bullish as hell, guys. It's just getting through these bear market cycles. And look, we're also in a macro bear market with the Fed, of course. So you got to have a macro outlook for this market, guys. And that's how I'm approaching it. That's how I've made money in the past bull markets. And I will continue to do that. Finally, BiFrost wallet. I don't know if you guys use that. I personally use it. It's a self-hosted wallet. So, you have your own private keys in case anything happens. Well, they support SongBird and Flare, and that's a wallet I use for SongBird, and I delegate my SongBird and earn rewards. Well, they've added some new features. They said today, they tweeted out, have you spotted our new SongBird and Flare delegation views? They'll be available to all users in a few days. And we know the Flare token airdrop is coming in about a day and about 2 days. And they will be supporting Flare. You can delegate and do all that stuff. So really cool. And it looks like, these folks are building support for the Flare network and SongBird and many other wallets as well as many other exchanges. So I'm excited to get my tokens, guys, and excited to see how Flare will grow and get adoption. Anyway, guys, that's the news. What do you think about the Digital Currency Group news? Like I said, not good, but we'll have to just be patient and wait through the storm here, and hopefully no other collapses happen. But this is not looking good. So let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below, and I'll talk to you all later.